Hello everyone and welcome back to another Wisdom 101 video. Today, I'm going to be going over the KI Live rundown for July 29th, 2021. Today, I have bad allergies. It's also my birthday, so that's kind of pog. 19 now. Great. I've aged another year closer to, I don't know, death. Yay. Anyways, let's get into it. Let's get into it. I'm hyped. As I said, my allergies are super bad, so if I sneeze at least 10 times this video, I'm really sorry. I will try to keep it to a minimum, pause every time there's a sneeze, all that kind of stuff, whatever. Let's get into it. As always, I find all these KI Live rundowns on the Atmoplex Twitter, so please go follow them on Twitter if you want to get these updates a little bit faster than I put them out, also to support them on Twitter. I mean, Twitter, it's not like they really get revenue or anything for it, but it's Twitter, I don't know. Follow them on Twitter is basically the gist of it. Alright, first point. In 2021, for both games, a little more than half the population is under 18 years old. This has varied over the years. When they launched, the vast majority was under 18. Mid-2010s, they started going the other way. More than half their players were over 18. Over the last couple of years, they've swung back the other way. However, MGI's information about the age targeting is still accurate as it's the average. Regardless of the average age, though, the games will remain family-friendly. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I'll keep saying it. And people don't seem to believe me when I say this. There is still a lot of new players and children who play this game. A lot of people think that there isn't, but there is. It's just the fact that you don't think there is, which is really strange. Like, sure, a large portion, which it says here, almost 50%, is still above 18, but there is still a large under 18 audience. The game will remain family friendly. I've always said that. It always will. It's a children's game. It's despite the fact that there is a lot of adults now playing the game, that doesn't mean anything, right? Like, for example, the Lego games, there's still a lot of people who play the Lego games, but they're not going to make, you know, Luke Skywalker in the new Lego games say fuck. That's not going to happen. It's just not okay, you know? So, that's the logic behind it. They haven't been able to get the new emotes on another platform yet, but they're hoping to get them to fan sites and anyone interested in using them. Pretty cool. Falmea is in charge of the direction of all KI games with her new role as game director. It's really just an evolution of what she was already doing. She does her best to keep everyone communicating and keeps Gamigo informed of what's going on. That kind of said, you know, it hints at Gamigo being their corporate overlord. Meanwhile, a new director in charge. It's okay. In Pirate 101, Falmea has been doing a lot of work with Gamigo to establish success for Pirate 101 over the next few years. Progress is being made, and they're looking into what they can do. They've been improving their back-end reporting / metrics for Pirate, and they're encouraged by what they're getting. They still do user acquisition for Pirate, and they're looking to extend that. There's a lot of poking, prodding, and planning happening. So, good news for Pirate. It's still being worked on. We know that it's still being worked on, and that's a good thing. They finished F2 for Wizard City, and they finished F2 and Wizard City is done in that aspect. Their aim is to ramp up user acquisition for the game. They're looking to a social roundtable sometime soon. There's a lot of more social features to come. So what this means is, if you remember back in the day, back when you were a wee lad, back when I was a wee lad, what did you see on Wizard 101? First off, constantly there was commercials on the TV, which almost never happens anymore. The commercials looked sick. I really hope they bring it back. Second, there was some social features in the game. For example, they got Selena Gomez to do a feature in Crab Alley, and Nick Jonas still is just vibing in Grizzleheim. So, they got two pretty big features back in the day. That was features with Disney, which is really hard to get, to be honest, considering Disney is a little bit, you know, they got some companies by the balls. So, I don't know. That's kind of exciting. We might see some more features from popular actors, actresses, that kind of thing. I can't imagine any, like, A-list actors. Like, they're not going to get Robert Downey Jr. to come in and be Iron Man, but they will possibly get some D-list actors that people might recognize, or some popular YouTubers, something that people would look at and be like, oh, that's kind of cool. They've hinted at doing something special for Wizard 101's anniversary. I don't know particularly what they have in mind, but probably a pack or two, some mounts, all that kind of stuff. Magnetic is unsure as whether the gear audit is this year or not, so they're not really sure whether they're going to do a massive revamp of like some lower level gear, but we'll see. Probably not. But that if it's not, then it's probably going to be in the early spring update of 2022. They use Jira to enter tasks to complete, which are assigned to specific departments. Once they're done, they're handed over to QA. They also enter tickets for bugs. As a producer, Renee has to work with the estimates and be aware of the department dependencies. Basically, they're just saying that KI is being run. It's not like nothing's happening. They're doing stuff. So that's the thing. There are no plans to bring back the Frontier Dragon Mount or Valor Sword, which were both pretty not low level, but they were early game, like 2008 special acquisitions that you can no longer get and haven't been able to get for a while. There's no plans to bring them back. Male Wizards will eventually get the pink as a dye color. It is in the works. That is good. I'm really happy. I would like some pink on some characters. Decius will look into allowing members to report bugs on live realms. That's pretty cool as well. It gives people a chance to report some bugs and not wait until test realm or think that nothing's happening. It's a pretty cool idea in my opinion. They already have ideas for Lemuria lore spells. That's pretty cool as well. You can now buy multiple things at once in the Crown Shop. Okay, is this like you can now do that, or is that's in the works? It looks like that's in the works, but it doesn't. It says that you can now do it. I don't know. But that means at least either now or sometime in the future, we're going to be able to do something like buy like 10 packs at once instead of having to, you know, buy them one at a time, which can be a bit annoying. So that's pretty cool. The mod/admin ranks on the forums randomly broke will be fixed sometime. That's good to hear. Decius will look into listing pets in the kiosk that you've already hatched with. This makes it so that you can repeatedly hatch with one pet instead of having to search through the muck and the grime to find what you want. Gary will look into adding an item filter to the bazaar and your own homes. It doesn't sound too difficult. That's pretty cool. I do like adding an item finder. Gary will look into increasing housing limits now that the game is 64-bit. That's pretty cool. I don't know if that means like bigger houses or if it means more houses. I'm assuming it means bigger houses. It is unlikely that new PvP arenas for the worlds after Azteca will be made anytime soon. It could definitely happen, though, eventually. I mean, I'm not particularly a PvPer, but it would be cool to see something else. I mean, I guess as a PvPer, you're probably not paying attention to the arena, but, you know, I remember back in the day, the Krakatopia arena being pretty cool. There's a ticket in for the first-gen pet identifier idea, but it might not happen until a year or more has been passed. Basically, I'm assuming that just adds a tag to some pets that's like, that's a first-gen pet, which is pretty cool. Packpalooza events have been retired in the last 2 years, according to Decius, and will not return. So that means that, like, when there's a bunch of old packs that enter the Crown Shop all at once, probably isn't going to happen. A Whirly-Burly event may eventually be made. Okay. Magnetic's second favorite feature they've made is a new one coming in the future, maybe this year. They're discussing and excited for players to see. It's brand new and never seen before, so it's very vague. They have something that they're excited for players to see, something new. Decius is planning out new spellment packs for the future. Okay, more money that we need to throw at the game for King's Isle to take and, I don't know, like, burn? What do they do with the money? I don't know. Side content is the new harder difficulty content over gauntlets, according to Decius. So that means that there is going to be more side content that's difficult and potentially drops rewards rather than like the Crocopatra gauntlet that we got around level 100. Decius winks in response to a question about the new Krakatopia Stormgate in Pirate 101. To me, at this point, it's kind of confirmed that Krakatopia is the next world in Pirate 101, which is really sick. I love Krakatopia so much. The brackets around percentages is an interesting and very odd bug in the game. This decided to add on its own, but a fix is coming. There are 800 different instances where it happened. Just sometimes random bugs get through the game. It happens. They can definitely discuss letting mobs join battle during the planning phase, but it's a tough question and can make certain fights harder. So this is like how they added. My camera isn't focused. How long is it not focused? This is like how they added so that your character can join in during planning phase they want, so enemies can do it as well, because, you know, it makes it so that first round it's a lot better, and you don't have to wait 30 seconds for mobs to join the fight. All that kind of stuff. Stitching prices will most likely never be changed to gold. That's to be expected. More tapestries for Caramel and the Catacombs are coming. Decius needs to them soon. I'm assuming that means like he will fix them soon, which is good. I do like the Catacombs one because getting to the Catacombs can be, you know, it's longer than you want it to be. A polymorph revamp would be an incredible amount of work. If anything, they'll make new ones. Rapbeard says, funny, he should mention that. So basically, they're making new polymorphs, whatever, not really that good. I don't really care. DC level gating was introduced for balancing reasons. We already knew that. That exists. The game's soundtrack may eventually be available for purchase, but they need to look into legal issues. So the reason why it could potentially be hard for KingsIsle is that they're not the ones that compose the music directly. They hired a composer, and that composer might not be okay with selling his music under the name KingsIsle or Wizard 101. They might want it to be sold under their name, which is not what KingsIsle wants. Excuse me. So, you have to look into that. Probably have to work out a legal agreement and see. Transformation elixirs will come back with gold prices soon. Yeah, I don't know why they changed that to crowns only, but it will come back. Key bindings is on their list of a thing to do, but it's probably not going to happen this year. That's great for me, because if you know me, I spam every single key on the keyboard. So, that's good. Porting games to consoles is something they're looking into, but still not something they can discuss. It's a possibility, won't be easy, although MGI has basically declared it will happen. So basically, MGI is kind of forcing KingsIsle's hand. They are going to start working on console editions, but realistically, not going to happen for a while. Also, I just realized you can't even see the bottom here. There we go. No promises about when alternative sources for Celestial Lore Master spells will come. As I've said in the past, it's coming. This confirms it's coming. It says when they will come. They will come. It's just when will they come? We don't know when they will come. So Ship of Fools, we don't know when it's going to be farmable, but it will be eventually. I can't stress that enough. So, unless you want it now, don't waste your money on it. And finally, a level 100 elixir will likely not be before level 50, but probably will be after that. They also have to look into if it's a reasonable thing for them to do. So basically, what they're saying is, should they add a... Let me move this back up. There we go. Basically, is it a reasonable thing for them to do? Personally, I think a level 100 elixir, more people would buy it. It's a good monetary decision, but is it also in the long run is what they're going to wonder. How many crowns will it cost? I imagine, based on the fact that level 50 is 30,000, it's probably going to be 60,000. So be prepared to spend $100 to get your character 100 levels. I want to stress this right now. I might make you know what? I'm actually going to make a future video on that. Why a 100 level elixir is overall a bad idea. So let me know if you're interested in that. But otherwise, that's it for today. If you enjoyed, drop a like, hit the sub button. These are some exciting updates, I'd say. Some pretty good ones. Pretty solid. Again, follow @Miplex on Twitter right now. Otherwise, you will be stabbed brutally. It won't be me doing the stabbing, though. So don't blame me. Anyways, thank you all for watching. Again, let me know if you want to see that video in the comments below. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. Adios.